Hi, it's Willowdale Scooter here, and I'm doing a review on my 2015 Honda PCX. Now, I got this bike in 2016, so I've been riding it for just over 4 years, and there's about 27,000 kilometers on it. I drive the bike year-round, except if it's really bad snow, in which case I take the bus. So, I'm not really going to go over, capacity of what's under the seat or top speed or stuff like that, because it's not really a model I guess somebody would be buying new, because the newer PCXs obviously have different features like a digital dashboard. I believe the engine size is different, things like that. This one here has I guess the has everything on it still that came with it. Is stock. I didn't make any modifications or anything. We'll just start with some of the things I have done. I guess at around 11,400 kilometers I took it in for a service, and I had to have the front brakes done, and the calipers, the brake pads on the front had to be replaced. So I couldn't find them in Canada, or Honda Canada was saying they'd be like a month or so to get. So I ended up ordering some from the States on eBay, and I went with the ceramic ones instead of the standard ones that came on the bike, and they were like $2 more for the pads. So I was like, well, what I got to lose. But they've been great. Like, I mean, I'm now at 27,000, so that's like what, 16,000 kilometers with those pads, and they're still good, which is, I think, great. It was worth my $2 for sure. And at the same time, I also changed the tires. I got about 11,400 kilometers on the original Bridgestones that came with the bike, and they're all right. I mean, they're not the greatest tire. I think driving, they were fine, like if it was dry and that in those types of conditions. But as soon as it got wet, I noticed, like, they would slide if you went over storm sewer covers, or if you went over the lines in North America at the stoplights. They're kind of like I guess like that Beatles album cover, Abbey Road, where the Beatles are walking across, where you've got those really wide, thick white lines. And they're like that at most intersections where there's stoplights, and even at stop signs you've got a really thick white line. So if you start off and you're lined up with that line, you'll feel the back slide out. And I felt that a lot on the Bridgestones, even when they were new. And I didn't really like it. And I mean, obviously when you're going on a turn, like if you're making a left turn or a right turn and you go over metal and you get that slip too. I mean, nobody likes to really feel a slip when you're in the middle of a lean. You think the bike's going to go out from underneath you, and you got to let up, and it could be dicey at points. But I mean, once you know it's there, it's fine. So they put on Michelin City Grips, which have been great. So the front tire here is still the tire that I had put on at 11,400 kilometers. So I've got about 16,000 kilometers on that, and it really hasn't worn out much. Now the rear tire I had to change, because it had worn down to the wear out spots. So I got about just over 15,000 kilometers on it. I mean, the one that's on it now is new. And obviously it's hard to see the tread. There we go. It's just new, and I think it was pretty good lifespan out of that. 15,000 kilometers is pretty good. And I think that's really all I've had done to it in terms of replacing major components. I mean, they do the valve clearance, which is supposed to be done every, I guess, 5,000 kilometers, as well as the oil changes and that. I've had like Honda dealers or Honda representatives do it, and it hasn't been too bad. In terms of the bike itself, my top speed on it's like maybe 105 kilometers. I can maybe do 110. That's going downhill with the wind at my back, 5 people pushing me. But I guess the top speed really depends on the weight on the bike, which is me, 200 pounds, and the amount of wind my body's blocking. And at 6 feet tall, I block a lot of wind, so that obviously reduces the top speed. But it's good. I mean, it can be trying going up a hill sometimes if it's steep, but you know, the bike's good for that. And it's really good for going around in the city, you know, short errands, picking stuff up from the grocery store, or just going around and exploring other parts of the city or areas around the city. It's pretty good. The farthest I've driven it has been, I guess, up to Muskoka, which is about 200 kilometers north of here, and just taking side roads, and just it's a lot better than the highway. I find the highway is boring in a car. I can't imagine how boring it must be on a motorcycle, other than the fact that there's cars all over you, swerving all over the place and not seeing you and having the ability of taking you out, kind of thing. But that's another time, I guess. Anyways, yeah, so it's great. I have ridden my son on the back. He's a little bigger now, so he doesn't go on the back as much as he used to. But he found that the pillion on the back was okay when you're just driving flat, but apparently if I hit like a bump or, you know, a little pothole or something, he really felt it. Really felt it. And I remember at some point he'd like bonk me in the head with his helmet. Like, what's going on? He's like, oh, that bump, I killed. So again, that's a weight thing too, because he weighs more, so it just, I guess the compression pushes the springs down lower. And let's see what else we got here. So I haven't dropped the bike, but the bike did fall over. There was one November I took it to work, and I just for some reason thought it would be better to put it on the center stand, and the wind blew it over. So I went at lunch and put it on the side stand, and it was fine for the rest of the day. So I got little scrapes from that. I think one of my front fairings might have gone down a little bit from hitting yeah, there it is, from hitting a bump. I have to fix that on the road. I hit a pothole and it just popped the thing right out. That was pretty bad. But other than that, the bike's been pretty good. I like driving it. Probably might be replacing it in the spring with something a little bigger though, because I like to get a little more adventurous. And that's it for my review. Basically, it's a great bike for going around the city, and just you know, you don't really have to do a lot or think a lot. You can just twist and go, which is what scooters are all about. Anyways, thanks for watching.